A short unnamed clip appeared online last week and quickly caught everyone's attention. It showed only a few seconds above the water but created a big reaction. People on Florida's coast stopped their routine because the clip hinted at something serious. Ecologists say the video quietly explains why many backyards are collapsing slowly. Since 2010, Florida has seen more unusual shoreline collapses in many peaceful communities. These problems appeared mostly in lakeside retirement neighborhoods where people lived for decades. Soil that was once strong slowly began forming hidden hollow pockets under the waterline. Homeowners spent thousands reinforcing land without knowing what was actually causing damage. Experts now believe the viral clip is part of a larger story unfolding slowly. It might reveal the real cause connected to the spread of armored catfish. If that is true, Florida residents are facing a strange and unexpected problem. The trouble begins with a small aquarium fish that people once thought harmless. The footage itself shows only a tiny part of what is really happening. To understand the situation clearly, we need to look back many years. Florida's calm man-made lakes and green canals always created a peaceful environment. Retirees walked beside water believing still lakes meant complete safety and stability. But ecologists now say that peaceful stillness was hiding constant movement below. In the early 2010s, a South American armored catfish began appearing everywhere. These fish have tough shells and started showing up in local lakes and canals. Native fish like sunfish, bluegill, and largemouth bass had almost no competition before. Armored catfish do not only eat algae but also dig deep burrows for nests. In aquariums this creates tiny hollows, but in nature the burrows grow huge. In Florida, their tunnels can stretch nearly 1 meter deep into the banks. Dozens of round openings form just above the waterline without people noticing. At first the holes looked like bubbles or marks from turtles in the water. Some homeowners noticed small dips but blamed rain, soft soil, or water changes. Nobody imagined something was digging tunnels from inside the ground each night. Nobody believed soil from the 1970s could weaken slowly millimeter by millimeter. A lake management report said the shoreline was being undercut from below. When soil empties from the inside, everything on the surface looks normal. Grass remains green and walkways stay level until a sudden collapse happens. For older residents, the fear of unstable ground felt worse than losing land. Collapses increased during calm weather, not heavy storms or rainy seasons. In Brevard County, residents saw the bank sinking quietly month after month. More than 20 connected cavities were later found hiding under the soil. People walking near the lakes felt constant worry about when the ground might fail. Farther north, clusters of small burrows appeared along canal walls in Palm Bay. They did not resemble burrows from crabs, crayfish, or water rats at all. They had perfect round openings and shapes linked to the armored catfish family. Once one pair dug in, many more dug nearby, weakening large areas together. For residents, this was not just an ecological issue but a major safety concern. People had trusted their land for years, believing nothing dangerous could happen. When the anonymous video appeared, many realized all small signs fit one story. Everything they once dismissed as natural changes now looked like early warnings. Years earlier, people saw armored catfish as helpful creatures cleaning their lakes. HOAs and lake managers wanted natural solutions to algae without chemical treatments. Armored catfish were advertised as harmless fish that clean tanks and eat algae. Many did not know they grow 2 feet long and escape home aquariums easily. Releasing unwanted fish into backyard lakes became very common across Florida. USGS later confirmed this as a main reason the species spread so widely. Communities welcomed them, believing they cleaned water and caused no harm. People preferred them over boats spraying chemicals every month across the lake. For a long time, the catfish seemed peaceful and hardly noticeable to residents. They moved slowly and stayed on rocks or soft patches without disturbing anything. Kayakers often saw only a small tail moving lightly beneath the mud surface. But hidden in their silence was a growing problem nobody understood yet. A Florida study showed their population rising quickly where no natural predators lived. More fish meant more nesting tunnels, each almost 3 feet deep underground. Clusters of tunnels weakened long stretches of shoreline without any visible signs. People thought the fish were helping clean lakes, not breaking the ground inside. Early WA meetings blamed normal soil settling, not burrowing fish under the banks. No one imagined their simple solution was carving out the land beneath homes. For years the idea of a helpful aquarium fish stayed strong until collapses increased. Nature did not follow the convenient plan people believed they had created. The first warnings were small marks along the water after quiet, clear nights. A stone moved slightly from its place and people ignored the tiny change. A patch of grass dipped a little but seemed unimportant to anyone passing by. These details blended into daily life until bigger collapses revealed the truth. A calm lake in Palm Bay suddenly made a soft sinking sound that worried people. Everyone turned their heads and saw the ground near the water had collapsed clearly. The soil looked cracked like an eggshell crushed from the inside by hidden pressure. People felt uneasy because the land failed without noise or any warning signs. Specialists were called quickly and started checking the shoreline with probing tools. When the camera went underwater, they found dozens of small round holes in a line. Each hole was only a few inches wide, but the tunnels behind them were very large. The tunnels curved deeply under the bank, forming big hollow chambers under walkways. A geotechnical engineer quietly said the collapse was not erosion but excavation happening. The tunnels looked exactly like the ones built by armored catfish called Terraplus fish. These fish were once sold to clean aquarium glass in millions of American homes. In Florida's warm lakes, they became builders digging deep networks under soft soil banks. Each male fish digs a tunnel to attract a female during the warm seasons. When many fish gather, the tunnels connect and grow into huge hidden networks underground. People never saw anything because the surface looked normal and peaceful every single day. The grass stayed green and the walkway stayed level while the soil thinned beneath. Experts found some places had only inches of solid ground above deep dark hollow spaces. Residents realized they had been walking on a thin, fragile layer without knowing it. One man living there 20 years said he never imagined calm water could hide danger. At the same time, conservationists recorded shocking images at Blue Spring and Silver Glen. Manatees were covered by many armored catfish sucking protective slime off their bodies. The manatees had to dive deeper and shake hard to remove the fish from skin. These deep dives wasted energy during winter when manatees need warmth to survive. Some manatees left their warm springs, which upset winter tourists visiting the area. Local towns depending on tourist income felt the economic impact almost immediately afterward. Weakened shorelines pulled down more soil, which made the water cloudy and brown. Cloudy water blocked sunlight and damaged underwater plants needed by native fish species. Vegetation loss affected food chains and slowly changed entire lake ecosystems over months. All this damage started from a fish people thought only belonged inside a small aquarium. Residents felt disturbed because everything happened silently without warning for many years. At a community meeting, one lake manager said people never saw underground changes happening. Experts reviewed underwater footage and discovered the camera captured only a tiny portion. Most of the tunnel systems remained unseen beneath thick mud and calm, quiet waterlines. When survey teams checked nearby lakes, they found the same hidden hollow patterns repeating. Many shorelines looked normal on top but had long empty cavities just a few inches below. Even a small pressure could break the soil shell and create sudden, dangerous collapses. Homes built decades ago were never designed for erosion happening from the inside outward. People began noticing leaning fences, cracked steps, and walkways slipping out of alignment. Everything happened quietly, which made the situation more frightening for homeowners watching. Reinforcing even a small part of shoreline costs tens of thousands of dollars, unfortunately. Insurance companies refused payment because internal erosion was not included in their policies. A cheap aquarium fish had become an expensive problem residents were not prepared to face. Sediment falling from tunnels made lakes murkier every late summer and reduced visibility. Native fish lost shelter as plants thinned and the water became dark and unhealthy. Communities had to pay for water treatment to stop lakes from becoming damaged further. Manatee problems continued as armored catfish clung to their bodies during cold winter months. The manatees used too much energy trying to escape the fish at dangerous times. Many moved away, which hurt tourist areas that depend on winter visitors for income. Florida tried solutions, but none were strong enough to fully stop the spread. Underwater barriers failed because new tunnels formed underneath or around old wooden gaps. Removal events also failed because the species reproduces quickly during warm seasons. Natural predators could eat young fish, but adults were protected by their hard, bony armor. Nature helped slowly but not fast enough to control the growing population effectively. Even if fish are removed, the tunnels remain hollow and weaken shorelines for years. Fixing banks requires new pilings, new walls, and heavy fill costing huge amounts. Older residents living on pensions faced serious financial stress repairing damaged property. The state began mapping the spread and collecting more footage from local communities. They realized artificial lakes and drainage canals were helping armored catfish spread easily. An ecologist said Florida could only slow the problem and not reverse it yet. The state built bulkheads, drove deeper pilings, and created updated risk maps statewide. But every fix felt temporary because the environment was changing faster than expected. If a small aquarium fish can damage homes and stress manatees, what comes next unseen? Many tunnel networks remain unmapped and many weak spots remain hidden beneath calm surfaces. The real concern is whether these communities are truly safe in the coming years. People now wonder how much more is shifting underground without anyone noticing early. At one meeting, an older resident said nature no longer stays still like before. The real question is whether Florida can act in time before the ground shifts again.